Barrel Rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 8th of December 2020. The time has just gone 0500 in the morning. Asian session just coming to a close, European session just kicking off. Our lunchtime in the UK is the start of the US session. Right, so let's make a start on what happened yesterday. So Monday, these were the flows. Pound euro on the negative, and we've got dollar yen on the positive. Right, and the yen was plus 69. The dollar was plus 47, the euro was minus 43, and the pound was minus 73. So this was Monday, yesterday, the 7th of the 12th. They were the flows for the whole day, the whole trading day. We've got an opposed negative driver in the pound, so it's opposed in the euro. We've got a negative rock in the euro, a positive mover in the dollar, and a positive secondary driver in the yen. We had activity plus or minus 116. Okay, so now the flows so far this week are as follows: pound euro on the negative, dollar yen on the positive. So they're the same in the same batting order. We got plus 95 for the yen, excuse me, plus 68 for the dollar, minus 13 for the euro, and minus 150 for the pound. So this is Monday, yesterday the 7th of the 12th, right the way through to about 20 minutes ago. So we've got a negative opposed driver in the pound again, negative rock, positive mover in the dollar, positive secondary driver in the yen. And we've got activity of plus or minus 163. So plus or minus 163. Right, finally let's just have a look at what's been happening so far. So then we can talk about it. Right, so we've got pound euro on the negative again, and dollar yen on the positive. So no change in the batting order. We've got plus 98 on the yen, plus 72 on the dollar, minus 17 on the euro, and minus 153 on the pound. So we've got a negative opposed driver again in the pound, a negative rock in the euro, positive mover in the dollar, and a positive secondary driver in the yen. So this is Tuesday, today, the 8th of the 12th, to about 20 minutes ago. They're our most recent flows, and we've got activity of plus or minus 170. Right, so Yes, let's make a start then. So, right. So, what's going to knock all this stuff about before we start talking about that? So, we look at what's going on in the economic calendar, effectively, and the world in general. Well, yesterday we had the German industrial production, which came out slightly positive, so that gave the euro a little boost. And today we've got Euro GDP. Tomorrow we've got CAD rate decision, and Thursday we've got Euro rates decision and US price index, US consumer price index, and Friday we've got German price index and the Michigan consumer sentiment. So we've got significant data coming out this week, as I said earlier, and it's across the spectrum really. So things are going to get knocked about, and then in the background we've got Brexit and the COVID issue, obviously. So let's have a look and let's make some sense of what happened yesterday going forward then. So the first thing to notice is the flows are in the same order from Monday throughout the week and so far today. So we've got this batting order, if you like. We've got negative flows out of the pound, driving positive flows predominantly into the yen. So the yen is the positive secondary driver in this case. So we've got people coming out of the pound, flows going into the yen and into the dollar, and the euro is behaving as the sort of negative rock. So and interestingly then, so previously last week the euro complex was charging up, and so Friday saw the first start of euro weakness, really, euro complex weakness, particularly in the euro dollar, and so we've got these flows, these Brexit negative flows coming out, and they're not finding themselves in the positive opposing flows in the euro. The euro is still negative on balance as a complex. Now that's interesting because obviously when you've got a major sort of global event like Brexit, and you've got people just piling out the pound, they're going into everything but the euro, basically, so the positive flow. So that's something to bear in mind. Now over the week, as I said, we've got a similar situation, and likewise this morning. Now if you look at the activity levels, obviously Monday plus or minus 116, which is basically just the negative sides added up and the positive sides added up. So excuse me. Obviously on a intra-week basis, you're going to get larger activity levels. But notice that we're starting to get we've got quite a large activity level already. At plus 170, plus or minus 170. So that's interesting. So let's rub this off and let's make some final decisions then, in the light of what we've just been saying. Now, so we've got this. These flows are fairly set at the moment. We've got pound weakness, yen strength, quite a bit of dollar strength, and euro weakness. Euro weakness is resisting to a certain extent because it's the negative rock. So that sort of sets the scene. The overall environment going forward in terms of data and events is such that we've got quite large euro complex events as well as the others, admittedly, but we've got the rates decision, which when's that? Thursday. We've got the euro rates decision. So the likelihood, we believe then, is that you've got the Brexit talks going to the wire on Wednesday, and the rates decision is the day after. So and the way the flows are set up, the likelihood is where there's no real reason for these flows to change particularly. They're fairly set. So the likelihood is we're going to see flows out of the GBP complex, although it's going to be very choppy and headline driven. So the pound is likely to be soft, because unless there's an obvious breakthrough in the next 24 hours or something, in which case the pound will go shooting up and that will invalidate this. But let's assume that doesn't happen. Then the pound is likely to carry on losing flows out of its complex, and the way equities are sort of hitting the buffers at the moment. So the likelihood is the yen is likely to be assisted by a negative equity transmission, or neutral to negative equity transmission, and these opposing positive flows coming out of the pound, which tended to find themselves in the yen. So that's fair enough. So we think the yen is going to be likewise. Now that leaves the euro complex and the dollar complex. Now so if you've got flows coming out of the pound into the yen, and we can see that the dollar generally likes to suck up the secondary flows. Now, and the euro is sucking up the opposing negative flows. So the chances are we're going to get this situation again. Reasonably confident about pound weakness and yen strength. So that leaves the euro and the dollar complexes. So the chances are, the way the euro has been behaving, they say it's not been really appreciative of any negative flows out of the pound. They've not wanted to find themselves particularly in the euro complex, suggesting the euro is neutral to set, so to soft. So the euro is neutral to soft, and the dollar is probably neutral to coming up slightly. So but these are complexes, remember, not individual pairs. So we would suggest again that the way things, if you look at the hourly chart for the euro dollar, then the euro dollar has been seriously pumped and has got a nice sort of vacuum to fall back to. So yesterday we said stay long euro dollar, and we're going to say basically the same. Stay long euro dollar, and arguably the pound yen, selling the pound yen is going to be worth a look. So the pound yen is likely to be a short of interest as well, due to the way the flows are going. So just to recap, sorry, that's short, isn't it? Stay short. So we're going to stay short the euro dollar, and we're going to look at the pound, shorting the pound yen. So they're the two pairs of interest today. See you tomorrow. Thank you.